are going to be talking how high do you vibe? And Angela, welcome back. Thank you
Oh,
for coming
thank
back.
you.
Thank you for coming back and helping even more people with these fantastic series of videos. So, a vibing chart. What is it, and where do you sit on its impacts, and how does it impact your world?
Well, thank you very much, Stephen. And we're in, approaching 2023. And as an estate agent in our world, we are, always serving other people, aren't we? We're always busy making sure, if you're a leader, if you're a business owner, making sure your employees are happy. We very rarely get a chance to think about looking after ourselves, do we?
Not at all.
The videos that I've been doing the last 4 have all been about, just positive changes that we can adapt to our daily lives without it having to be a cost or a chore. But what I wanted to talk to you, to everybody about today is, where do we vibe as business owners, as leaders, people who, are shining the light out there on the world? Where do we actually vibe? Because the lower we vibe, the less impact we have out there in the world. The higher we vibe, the bigger the impact we have, especially around our businesses and our teams. Now, I did a little bit of a coaching session with my team a couple of months ago now. It's fair to say I've had a bit of a rubbish summer. I was vibing so low that I was either not in the business, or when I couldn't deal with things because I was crying all of the time. I had quite a few personal things going on, and I was like, right, come on, Ange, how do you get out of this? So I went on a retreat in France back in October, and I was given a lot of tools. And this is why I'm sharing these, because I just feel we are all in a world where it's such fast pace that we sometimes don't think about looking after ourselves because we're busy looking after everybody else. So hopefully, as you say, everybody's listened to the last few videos that we've put out. But what I wanted to discuss was the vibing chart. And I don't know whether anybody can see it. But basically, if we look at these lines here, the lower we are on the vibing chart, we're generally down in victim mode. We're using negative language. We're using I can't, I won't, I'm not worthy, I'm not. So with negative thoughts comes negative action. And from a business point of view, when we're in, low vibes, negative thoughts, negative action, it will just basically give us poor results within our lives. And if we're talking about estate agencies within our businesses. And poor results generally lead to lost revenue, low vibes, low morale. And for that, when we're down in low vibing mode, if them are the thoughts that we've got, the actions that come from there will be, we'll lose properties, we'll attract the wrong properties, we'll have a decline in brand, there'll be brand damage, and as I said before, loss of revenue. So the lower we are down on the vibing chart, and we can adapt this into our life as well. If I'm just talking about business as an estate agency at the moment, but the lower down we are, the less impact we make, in the business. And if you look, you can see, if we think of this box as our energy, negativity, our energy is like this. And the lower we're down, this is where all the low thoughts come from. But if we can move ourselves up this vibing chart to kind of a nice wavelength, if you like, and we do that by, all the small changes I've discussed in the last videos, living in a gratitude attitude world, nourishing our minds, our bodies, our souls, and also just choosing to live in that happier, higher vibing thoughts. We get into the higher vibes, which means our thought process are higher as well. We then change them negative tunes from I can't, I won't, to I can, I will, we will, I will. You know, and in turn, positive thoughts and positive actions literally just gives outstanding results. And it just means we're vibing high, you know, on a daily basis. And the action that comes with vibing high within a business means that we've got attraction, retention, profit, growth, awards, rewards. So basically, it's a case of asking, where do you vibe on a daily basis on that chart? And the good news is that we get a choice every single day when we wake up as to where we sit on that chart. Now, the realization for me earlier on in the summer when I, you know, did have, I'm not going to call it a breakdown, I think I'm going to call it a breakthrough. But I just realized that I'd been looking after so many people. I'd not looked after myself, you know, I'd not been living in a gratitude world. I hadn't been going to the gym, doing anything movement wise. I hadn't been nourishing my mind, certainly with positivity, because I was vibing so low. I was just, you know, telling myself horrible things every day. But then I got the realization that it's my choice every single day as to where I want to be. And it's far nicer being up in the high vibing world. So making these small choices that I've been discussing in the last few videos is exactly what I've done over the last 3 months. And what a difference. It's not just had an impact on me, but everybody around me, my team, my family, everybody has just had the benefit of me vibing high. And they've raised their game as well. My team are on fire at the moment. Some of them have come to their realizations that, you know, from listening to this, which I adapted it to a business, that in their personal life, they'd been suffering as well. So we've talked about, you know, forgiveness and lots of things that these small videos have been doing. So my question really to everybody today is, going into 2023, or if you're listening to this in 2023, how high on that vibing chart do you actually vibe? Because if it's low, what small changes can you make that will literally help you on a daily basis climb that chart that little bit higher each day till you are where you need to be? And that's vibing high if we are to survive 2023. Given the last few years we've all lived in.
That's brilliant. So thank you. And there's a few things that I love what you said. I loved your language. So, you know, you talked about, and I'm really grateful how you've shown your vulnerability today, because I think there's a lot of people that are watching this that on the outside are most probably, they look absolutely fine. But on the inside, they're really, really suffering. And I think somebody who's come on and sharing their vulnerability and communicating it as well as you have, hopefully will make a massive difference to people watching it. So, you know, breakdown. No, I'm not having a breakdown. I'm having a breakthrough. I think that language is great. And that just by changing the last bit of that already, you say, right, it's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough. Love it. I think it's a great way of doing it. I think you hit the nail on the head. Look after yourself. We do an awful lot. You know, as you said, this is an industry where we're helping people move to their next chapter. And for us to, you know, so we're helping loads of people. But what do we actually do for ourselves? I think this chart is great to actually see, to actually map where you are and how you can go from low to high. And then I love the way you say small choices. You're right. We've all got a choice. We've got a choice how we wake up every day. Can we wake up on the right side or the wrong side? You know, there's so much outside noise that we can't control. But one thing we can control is the choices that we make on a daily basis. And then finally, that compound effect. you know, those small changes, daily changes, have a massive compound effect at the end. And for me to vibe high, you know, I've never heard of vibing before, and I've never heard of a vibing chart. I've been doing this job for a little bit, and I've got a few grey hairs, or a lot of grey hairs to maybe say that. But I think what you've spoken about today will make a massive, massive difference to the people that are watching it. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you everybody for watching this. We're incredibly grateful. And I think there's a whole series on winning ways. So please check that out, because I'm sure there's loads of things there that can really help you and make a difference as well. So Angela, thank you very much. And I think in the next one, we're going to just sum up your 6 sessions or 5 sessions. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Right. So.